Hey everyone, this is Greg here from Geek Cheese. This is take two of this video because I didn't realize that I clicked stop recording the first time, so that's a rookie mistake. Let's not do any rookie mistakes now. Let's bust through this video. This is the Super Mega Baseball 4 presentation deep dive that was posted. I've only watched, I guess, 10-15 seconds of this video since I failed to hit record last time. So didn't see too much of it, and it's some interesting stuff so far. So let's jump right into this little reaction video to what's going on with SMB4.
Hello everybody, I'm Tobin, art director from Metalhead, and I'm going to take you through some of the visual changes in Super Mega Baseball 4. The first thing you'll notice is a completely new take on our characters. We really wanted to start from the ground up so that we could harness the customization system.
All right, so we got David Ortiz. Is that Johnny Bench? That was Johnny Bench, I think.
Represent our league of real
Johnny Damon.
world players, lovingly
And that was Giambi, I think it said.
crafted in our style, with a better distribution of different face shapes,
Okay, different face shapes.
features, and body types.
Face shapes, features, and body types. I should have let him finish there. Definitely some different, couple of different body types. I mean, obviously, this body type is a little bit beefy, but we got a new head type here. Definitely, yeah, definitely some changes. This guy here, yeah, there's definitely a lot of changes.
We've got 44 completely new heads, with stylish all-new
It kind of reminds me of The Sims, doesn't it? It kind of looks like a Sims kind of thing.
hair models,
Which I guess could make sense, you know, EA is Sims, all that stuff.
some fun dyed hair colors, and 2 additional body types.
All right, burly and ripped are the two. That ripped does not look very ripped. The interesting thing, though, so let's go back here a little bit to this, to the big, yeah. So I think all SMB fans can agree that going from 2 to 3, SMB 2 to 3, wasn't really a huge upgrade in the body types and stuff. Just a little more polish on them, I suppose. Not like a crazy drastic change, though. This kind of does seem a little more drastic. It seems like a push into a different direction. Definitely gives you more abilities to customize your players and customize the way they look and stuff. So I'm kind of digging it. I'm also kind of looking out to see if there's any like different uniform stuff that we're getting as we're looking here. I mean, I don't think so, but
Face
yeah, it
shapes,
is interesting.
features, and body types. We've got 44 completely new heads, with stylish
Feels like
all-new hair
Sims
models,
when I look at this.
some fun dyed hair colors, and 2 additional body types. I could click that randomize button all day. The necks are
That
seamless
is pretty
now.
cool. That handlebar mustache there was pretty cool. See that? Boom, right there. That's a pretty awesome handlebar mustache.
The necks are seamless now, and we really honed in on the details of the faces of the characters.
Necks are seamless, which is really interesting. Because it did feel like there were like marionette dolls. Like it's you could see weird seams in the. I didn't even think about that.
You'll see much more expressive reactions to what's happening in the game.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 49, Marcia Brown.
Okay. Okay. I'm noticing something. 2 things. Little emotes from the people, from the players, are a little interesting. Possibly kind of annoying. Also, the announcer saying Marcia Brown, but this is the Sandcats. This is an SMB team, so it's a super mega team. So maybe, did they already do that? I think they already do that. I'm wondering though if they're gonna build it in like what you do with the show. You can kind of choose from a list of names, and then it'll say the names. Like the announcer will say the names.
Speaking of which, take a look at our new player animations. You're going to get some of the most angry, most conceited, most fun-loving, and yet the most disrespectful bunch of baseball players you've ever seen in a Super Mega Baseball game. Or maybe anywhere. Essentially all...
What? Okay. Let's go back through those. Let's go back through through those because some of those were actually kind of funny.
You're going to get some of the most
The actually that kind of animation, like getting out of the way and stuff, is actually kind of interesting. I like that. Was I punch my microphone? I like that. I like that. That guy. He's all pissed.
conceited, most fun-loving, and yet the most
Dude, like that guy just hopping on the mound after a
disrespectful bunch of
strikeout.
baseball players you've ever seen in a super mega baseball game,
Look at that guy. He's all
or
mad.
maybe anywhere.
Okay, I don't think I like the little player voices though, because did you hear it there too?
Or
Listen.
maybe anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't know how I feel about the player voices like that. Interesting. Also, looking at the people in the background, I don't like the gigantic size of the logo on some of these shirts. That's kind of weird.
Essentially, all of our cutscenes have been refreshed. Batter walk-ups, beanballs, comebackers, strikeouts, and an all-new season win cinematic. In most cases, we've also added numerous new variations
Oh.
too.
Did you see that? Watch the catcher's glove movement here. This is pretty
Added
interesting.
numerous.
Look at that. That's actually kind of cool.
In most cases, we've also added numerous.
Look at the catcher goes down to that one knee and stuff. That's actually kind of a neat little animation, a neat little movement I see in that player.
In most cases,
Bartolo
we've also
Colon
added
pitching, I think.
numerous
Yeah.
new variations too. Our team photo has got so much more character. But in general, the lack of sportsmanship in this game is second to none. The sass resonates. We've added more stadiums this time.
Okay, now we're getting into some pretty freaking cool stuff. Final note, I guess, on the player stuff and the player sass. Not a huge fan right away. I think it's kind of eking at me a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of like the player sounds and motes. I don't know. They kind of honestly feel a little simmy to me too, a little simlish kind of stuff. Like the animations, like the behind the plate catcher animation. I kind of like the way that it feels like a very natural, like it's actually naturally moving with the movement of the ball. That's pretty cool. Hoping that we'll see some new wind up styles, some new batting stances too. They didn't really talk about that. But let's take a look here. We're already seeing the big fly. This is a freaking cool ass stadium. And this is just one of, I think they announced 6. So let's take a look.
Time round than we've ever done before. 6 new stadiums for you
6.
to knock it out of the park in. We've got a tropical cityscape in the mountains.
Okay, tropical cityscape in the mountains. So that's like a Hawaii-style stadium. That's pretty interesting. This kind of actually reminds me of with the. Oh no, maybe not. I was gonna say it kind of reminds me of like a Petco Park actually, with the way the building is here, but not really. That's an interesting one. It seems very unidimensional.
A breezy diamond by some city gardens.
That might be my favorite one. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. By the city, by the gardens. That's flipping cool. Look at that weird little angles of the fence out there. I love that shit. That is cool as hell. Know what it reminds me of? So it reminds me of like with this like weird building out here and stuff. It kind of reminds me. I mean, first off, I think it's kind of reminiscent of, the ballparks that they have down at Disney. I think it's the ESPN Sports, World of Sports or something like that. I think that's kind of what this is supposed to be reminiscent of, maybe of Disney, of Epcot, like maybe the stadiums that they have down there. I think the Braves have a team, or the Braves spring training facility is down there. But either way, this kind of building over here and some of that architecture is interesting to me because it reminds me very much of if you've ever watched Ken Burns' baseball documentary, if you ever watched, or looked at any old baseball field pictures and stuff, a lot of them were called grandstands. A lot of them were very grand. They were very architectural. They were very, they felt like, You know, it felt like you're sitting at the Kentucky Derby while watching a baseball game. Like it was like the stands were built in such a way that they were grand. They were just very, very almost Renaissance in a way. That's kind of what that reminds me of over here. Kind of reminds me of that old grandstand kind of feel that baseball stadiums used to have back in the day. This one's cool. This one by far I think might be my favorite. Big Fly is pretty sweet, but I'm a stickler or a sucker rather for these weird dimensions.
A breezy diamond by some city gardens, and an overlook into a world of thrill rides and popcorn.
That is pretty flippin' cool. That is pretty flippin' cool.
Take to the field where everything is bigger.
Where everything is bigger. So this is a Texas style field. Okay. Okay, so that's supposed to be a Texas. Interesting. The backdrop is cool. Yeah, that is Texas. Look at the highways there. Backdrop is cool as hell. Look at all the sand. Oh, that's awesome. Look at all the clay. This has some very interesting dimensions too. Look how freaking deep it is in left center field. Damn. Damn, you know what? This is actually kind of the reverse in a way of Houston's field. So where they had that weird triangle and stuff, that hill out. Yeah, that's interesting. This one's pretty cool.
Watch the harvest in the heartland.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is fucking awesome. That is an awesome backdrop. A little washed out, we'll say that, but that is a pretty amazing backdrop. Look at that freaking barn. Who's the first guy that's gonna hit that barn? Oh, the windmills in the background, that's fucking cool. Look at the grass, the sun, and the wind. Oh, that's flipping cool. There is so much foul territory here, but where the fuck are the dugouts? Holy shit. Oh my god, there's so much foul territory back here. That is so wild. Maybe it's just the angle, but damn.
And marvel at the architecture, funded by independent local businesses that claim to be reputable.
Okay, that's...
Businesses that claim to be reputable.
So this is a dome. This is cool. Ooh, where's this? That's a high fence, too. That's fucking cool. That's a cool looking stadium, too. Damn, that's a dome. It's so cool looking. Oh, man, that's so cool. I like the way that one looks, too.
What does a list of 20 stadiums...
Okay. So we got... They're going to look at the names here.
Reputable. What
We got Stade Royale. That was the one by the thing.
does a list of 20 stadiums mean to the...
Park. Oh, so let me just play through it. I'm gonna stop every 2 seconds.
Independent local businesses that claim to be
Geeking out.
reputable. What does a list of 20 stadiums mean to the game? It means that each team in the Super Mega League now gets their own home stadium, something else we've always wanted to do and something you've requested.
That's
All
awesome.
the stadiums you might be familiar with have fresh time and weather conditions, and the lighting on our characters more accurately matches with the lighting in the stadiums. Oh, and we've added a preview of stadium fill dimensions before you pick a stadium.
I love that. I freaking love that. Stadium dimensions. That's fucking great. So I've kind of always wondered, and they tweeted about it, but I
Preview
fucking
of
love
stadium
that.
fill dimensions before you pick a stadium. You've asked for that too. Now let's take a look at our UI. Every time you boot up the game, you'll see a mix of players you care about, hyping you up to get into a game. Looking through our menus, you'll see we've done a massive overhaul. We've spent a very long time trying to balance two main things: the vast amount of information it takes to make critical decisions on running a team, and the readability of our UI. We've heard your feedback on this, so we've endeavored to make every layout as concise as possible, and every word as readable as possible, even on small screen.
Yeah, so this is even on small screens. So that's what they're saying. Switch. That's what they mean. Switch and Steam Deck. Hopefully Steam Deck. God, God, I'm gonna have to buy this on the Switch too. Shit. um, this is actually very, very nice. I do like. It did feel like it oddly that there was a lot of dead space in the in SMB3, but
Massive overhaul.
so this is very, very interesting. Oh, look at that! It gives okay. Let's just stop here. I'm looking at something here that they referenced before. Okay, so this is your team here. So now you got a team. So conceivably, you should be able to pick players based on their number of traits across teams. God damn, there's so much going on right here. And you might be able to actually see in real time your team change based on the chemistry and based on their skills. That's okay. Now that makes franchise mode much more in depth and much more that makes franchise mode much more interesting to me. That's flipping cool.
We've spent a very long time trying to balance two main
Nacho Crisp is a guy's name. I love that.
things: the vast amount of information it takes to make critical decisions on running a team, and the readability of our UI.
I do like that as well. Look at you got your hot corners. You got the very basic info on the side. What you want to see about your team. Player development, sign or release. Okay, is there anything? Simulate, yada yada yada. Okay, view schedule. So those have not really changed.
We've heard your feedback on this, so we've endeavored to make every layout as concise as possible and every word as readable as possible,
I like player development in this stacked format a lot better.
even on small screens. It's all wrapped up in simple design, punctuated with bursts of color. So, as you can see, we've been busy making the biggest presentation upgrade we've ever given to any game in the series. If you love our stadiums, check out the Ballpark Edition. And in general, I just hope you enjoy exploring all of our new content. Thanks.
Okay. All right, so that was the presentation breakdown, reaction, deep dive kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. Couple takeaways. New ballparks, amazing. Love them. So now we have 20 now, right? We have 20 ballparks. That's freaking cool. I really, really like that. For my purposes, actually, that means that all 16 of my my Cheese League baseball teams will have their own park, because I think right now we have to double up on some of them. Something like that. The character creation kind of aspect of it, I'm intrigued. I like it. I think, like I said, a little simmy to me, a little simlish to me, but I kind of see. I think it. If there wasn't that massive of an upgrade and there weren't that many like new features and head types and all that kind of stuff, I think fans would have revolted, because they'd have been like, damn, I paid how much money for a game and there's no changes to it. So I kind of dig it. And also, bringing in the legends, maybe that kind of pushed them in that direction, to say, hey, we want to make these guys look the way they look, like Big Poppy looks the way Big Poppy looks. So I just wonder how much actual they didn't really go into how much like real control, I guess, you'd have over that, picking noses and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, because you can do a lot of that in the show. So that's pretty cool. Overall, I think the characters are looking pretty good. Definitely different. I do like the different body types that they have there. That's pretty cool. Stadiums are pretty awesome. I like the upgrades to the stadiums. I like the ability to see the dimensions. Like the ability to see some of that stuff. They almost kind of teased that a couple of years back when they tweeted about the dimensions of their stadiums. I definitely like that. That's pretty cool. Really, really liking the new stadiums. the yeah, the interface here and stuff. I like that. This is the part that intrigues me the most, especially when you're thinking, especially when you're thinking on franchise mode. Um, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting to me. Let's see how that plays out. Yeah, I like that. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I mean, overall I'm getting hyped. I'm definitely getting hyped for this game. Um, very hyped for it, and I think some of the animations, some of the cool stuff that they've done with that, I think is going to really make this a good addition to the series. So I don't know what the next deep dive is, but you'll be sure to hear from me in a reaction video like this one. So if you've liked this, feel free to drop us a like here on YouTube. We do Super Mega Baseball content here on YouTube, so check out the Cheese League. We also do Path of Exile and Diablo. And we got a bunch of crap up here. Follow us on Twitter at geek_cheese. Check out our, I don't know why I even say check out our TikTok, because we don't really do anything on that, but check out our twitch.tv/geekcheese. That's where we stream and do live stuff. But anyway, that's it for me, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next time for another deep dive into these Super Mega Baseball 4 videos. All right, see you then.